Hi everybody, and welcome to the first training video for the daily sales formula. I wanted to make this topic the first training video because it is literally the most important thing that you can have in place as an entrepreneur, and that is your mindset. If your mindset is not in the right place as an entrepreneur, you are not going to be successful and you are not going to make any money. So in this video, I'm going to give you 5 key points on how to reset your mindset and be in the right mindset to run your business correctly and to be an entrepreneur. The first point I want to make, which is something that you need to drill into your brain as an entrepreneur and a seller, is that failure is not an option. So if you want to do this full time, that means all of your bills are going to be paid with your income that is coming from you making it yourself. If you do not make the income yourself, your bills will not be paid, your car payment won't be paid, your house payment won't be paid, your rent won't be paid. Failure is literally not an option. If you fail at this, you will not have any money and your business will not succeed, more importantly. So you really have to be very adamant that you are going to succeed in this, and you have to tell yourself that every single day. You cannot let these feelings of doubt or frustration get to you. You have to really tell yourself, this is my business and I'm going to succeed at it. I'm going to share with you a phrase that I heard from someone else recently and I just absolutely love it, and that is discipline equals freedom. Discipline equals freedom. So what that means is that if you put in the work now, into your business, you will later be free to do whatever you want. When you work for yourself, there comes a point where you do get a sense of freedom. Maybe not in the beginning when you're trying to get going, but if you make it a priority to put a system in place, you will eventually have the freedom that you want to have. You know, the point of being a seller and selling on Poshmark is not to be listing every single day. It's not to be working 24/7 every single day. And you know, that is really what I want to teach you in this course, is how you can kind of automate your system to give yourself some freedom to where you will not have to be attached to your business 24/7. In the beginning, yes, you will probably be working a significant amount, but there comes a point that you reach in your business where if you want to take time off, you can do that and it will not hurt your momentum. That is your goal. You want to get to the point where, you know, if you don't list one day, that's okay. If you have a slow sales day, that's okay. You want to get out of this place where, you know, you don't want to be freaking out if you have a slow sales day, because you want to have days that will make up for that. Not every day will be a slow sales day. And, you know, you want to be able to take time off and spend time with your family and travel, and, you know, you want that sense of freedom that comes from working for yourself, but you also want to be able to keep your momentum going while still having freedom. So, but I want you to get that in your head, that if you implement a system and put it into place and really work hard in the beginning, that you will start to experience freedom and be able to, you know, do what you want to do and actually enjoy your life without being, you know, consumed by your work 24/7. The next thing I really need you to understand is that you have to succeed to survive. When you work for yourself, you have no other income coming in. All of your bills are being paid by the income that you are generating from selling. Or, you know, if you have multiple streams of income, which we're also going to talk about, you know, that's why it's important to diversify, because you have to be getting daily sales. You have to have money coming in every single day. So that is what's going to pay your bills. That's what's going to keep you going. You need to think about savings and, you know, not spending everything. Obviously, you have to put money back into your business, but you also need to think about saving money, retirement, things like that. But you know, this goes back to failure is not an option. So you have got to get this money coming in every single day. There cannot be a day where you don't have money coming in. Even if you're on vacation, even if you're, you know, taking a couple days off, even if you're sick. There was a time a couple years ago when I had a kidney stone and I literally could not move for days. And because of Poshmark and my reselling business, I was still selling stuff that I had listed. I was still making money even though I was sick and not able to work. I still had packages to ship out. People were still buying things. So, you know, you don't necessarily have to be consumed by your business to be making money every single day, because if you establish the momentum and if you establish it in the right way, that momentum will keep going and you can have time to take time off. The second key point that I want you to really drill into your brain, and this is something that I have struggled with as well, is that other people don't matter. It does not matter if somebody tells you that this is not a real job. It doesn't matter if somebody, you know, starts hating on your business. It doesn't matter if somebody looks at you like you have 3 heads when you tell them what you do. Their opinions do not matter. Their opinions are not paying your bills. So you really have to learn how to tune out these negative people who are questioning you, who are doubting you, who have nothing to do with your business. And, you know, sometimes this might be your own family. You just really have to get tunnel vision and you have to keep going. And some days it's going to be really, really hard to do that. You know, when I first started doing this and my family didn't really understand what I was doing, I faced a lot of backlash from them because I had gone to college and I got a biology degree and I was not utilizing that. I wanted really nothing to do with it. I did get a job right after college. I worked in a vet's office and I was completely miserable, and I learned very quickly I was not meant for that lifestyle. And some people are. Some people love it. Some people love getting up and going to their office every day. That is not me, and I imagine if you're sitting here watching this video, that's not you either, and you know that there is a much better life for yourself out there. And, you know, I really enjoy traveling and being able to travel and being able even just to get up and go to Starbucks during the day whenever I need to. So I quickly learned that the 9-to-5 life was just not for myself. And I received a lot of comments about it. I still get comments about it from my family who just really don't understand what I do. They don't understand selling or anything like that. It has gotten better. I will say that. It has gotten better. But, you know, you will face backlash from people. You will also face resentment from people when they have to get up and they have to go to work every day to make their money and they see that you don't have to do that. People get very upset. They get very resentful. They get very jealous. Jealousy makes people do and say really hurtful things. So just something that I want you to be prepared for, especially if you are new embarking on this journey of entrepreneurship and working for yourself. And that's not just with selling on Poshmark. That's really, you know, anytime somebody sets off by themselves and isn't following the beaten path of, you know, I'm gonna go to my office every day and get my paycheck, and anytime I feel like somebody doesn't do that, people really start to question it. So just be prepared for that, and I promise you will get through it. You just kind of have to learn how to tune people out. Something else that I want to mention under this point, there's a comment that a lot of people make all the time that says the market is saturated. And a lot of people do this as a tactic to deter people from doing what they want to do. There's no such thing as a market being saturated. This entire country runs off people buying and selling things. That's how it will always be. We will always be a country of buying and selling things. It's how the world works. Whether that's an actual product, whether that's a service, doesn't matter what it is. This is how the country operates. You have to pay for things, and there's always going to be something to sell, and there's always going to be somebody to buy it. Especially clothing. People need clothing. You know, back when I was 17, I had a job at Hobby Lobby, a craft store, and if you think about it, there's really not a lot of things in that store that people need. And right when I was working at the store is when the economy crashed, and I was like, oh no, the store is gonna close. This is gonna be like the first store to close, because you know, there's nothing your people need. We don't sell food, we don't sell, you know, necessities per se. And that store continued to thrive and is now a billion-dollar corporation. If you look up the history of Hobby Lobby, you can read all about it. But people continue to shop through the economy crashing for home decor, for craft supplies, for flowers. And it just blew my mind. So don't get into the mindset of thinking, you know, nobody wants what I have, because there is absolutely a buyer for your stuff. You can always sell stuff, and we're going to talk about prioritizing the right things so that you'll be more likely to sell stuff, and what people are more likely to buy. We're going to talk about that a little bit later in this course, but I want you to get that term oversaturated out of your mind. I want you to get anything out of your mind that is going to limit you in terms of being successful at your business. You have to believe that you're going to be successful at your business. Nobody else is going to clap for you. Nobody else is going to believe that for you. It has to be you. You have to believe that you're going to be successful. If you don't believe that you're going to be successful, you're not going to be. I am 100% believer in the law of attraction, and ask, believe, receive is what you need to put in your brain. If you have not read the book The Secret by Rhonda Byrne, I completely recommend it. I read that back when I was 17 years old, and it completely changed my life. So you have to believe that you are going to be successful. You have to ask that you're going to make sales. You have to believe that you're going to make sales, and then you will make sales. So again, your mindset is everything. The next point I want to talk about is making money. I feel like money gets a very negative connotation in our society, and I feel like, especially among resellers, it is a negative thing to, it's not a negative thing. People perceive it as a negative thing to want to make money or to want to be paid for things. And I want to tell you that you are not a bad person for making money or wanting to make money. That absolutely does not make you a bad person. It makes you an entrepreneur. And it is completely okay that you have a desire, so much of a desire to make money, that you are taking it upon yourself to do that, and you are not relying on a job or a manager or a company or someone else to pay you. You are making your own money. So you have to get out of the mindset that making money is bad. I feel like a lot of people feel guilty for wanting to make money, and that is not something that you should feel guilty for. You have to want money. You have to want to make sales every day. You have to want money every day to make money every day. And don't let people make you feel bad about wanting to make money. So, you know, get that thought out of your head. You're not a bad person if you want to make money, or if you have money, you're not a bad person. So that's not something that makes you a bad person. And I see it every day. People thinking so negatively of people for, you know, pricing things a little higher, or thinking outside of the box. And that's how you succeed. You succeed by doing things that other people are too lazy to do. Key point number 4. You have to treat this as a business and as your full-time job. Even if you are not aspiring to go full-time, you will be the most successful if you take this seriously and treat it as a full-time job. So as a reseller, as a seller that wants to make sales every day, you have 2 daily priorities, and that is to buy inventory and to sell inventory. You need to be buying your inventory as much as you possibly can. And you know, I see people post this all the time. Oh, I'm not going sourcing because I have a death pile. Okay, well, if you want to do this full time, you have to consistently be bringing in inventory, whether it is listed or not. The only time that you need to stop doing that is if your budget is not allowing you to buy inventory, and if you have to choose between, you know, paying your bills and buying inventory. If you need to pay your bills and you need that money for bills, then obviously you're not going to be able to buy inventory. But whenever you have the money to buy inventory, you need to buy the inventory whether you have a death pile or not. And we're going to talk more about this in the sourcing unit, but there will be days when you don't find any inventory to buy, which is why you need to use the days when you do find stuff to make up for the days when you don't find stuff, especially if you are relying on thrift stores for your inventory. Then you have to sell the inventory. So listing has got to be a priority. You have to get in the mindset of, okay, this is my job. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna list as many items as I possibly can, and you have to have tunnel vision. And especially if you work from home, anything that can happen to keep you from working will happen. I promise you. So you have to find your own methods of working through that. If you have kids, you have to, you know, find your time where you have time for yourself. Maybe they're in school, maybe they're in daycare, maybe they're asleep, and you can do this at night. But you have to really figure out during the day when you have time to work on your business, and you have to utilize every second of that time. Anytime you can be photographing, listing, you have to utilize that time to put time into your business. The next thing you have to do when you're treating this as a full-time job, if you want sales every day, you have to ask for sales every single day. You cannot let up on asking for sales. And Poshmark has several features that makes it very easy for you to ask for sales. We're going to go into much more details on this. It's going to be an entire unit by itself, but I just wanted to bring it up here because I need you to really get in your head, okay, to make sales every day, I have to ask for sales every day. I have to want sales every day. Write it down. Write down a sales goal that you have for each day. Whether it's items, whether it's a dollar amount, write it down and keep it in front of you where you can see it. Okay, key point number 5 is extremely important and something that I see pretty much every day. And that is, you cannot be anti-technology and running an online business. I see so many people every day trying to resell, and they are just completely 100% focused on keeping their iPhone 4 that they've had for 10 years. And they refuse to upgrade to anything else. You know, nothing works on their phone, but you know, they refuse to upgrade their phone because they don't want to pay for a phone, and you know, they have this iPhone 4 that they can't do anything with. You have to get out of that mindset. It is so easy to get updated technology now. Gone are the days where you have to walk into a cell phone store and pay retail price for a cell phone. There are so many options for getting a cell phone these days, for financing it or for just paying a little bit on your bill each month. And then, you know, if your phone is really old, then you can probably get an upgrade for free. So if you have an older phone that, you know, just really isn't helping you with your business, I highly suggest that you at least go into the cell phone store and talk with them and at least get a price on what it would cost to upgrade, you know, to a newer phone. I'm not saying you have to go out and get the top of the line iPhone 11 Pro Max, whatever they have now, but you at least need an upgraded phone. You need the camera. You need to be able to be in touch with your business remotely. If you have to go out sourcing, you cannot be tied to your computer all day, every day, trying to run a business like this. If you get offers from people, you need to be able to accept those offers. Or if somebody likes something, you need to be able to send that person an offer from wherever you are. So you really need an upgraded phone, or at least if you don't want to get a phone, get an iPod Touch or a tablet or something that you can keep with you to run your business remotely. The next thing that you need to do is you need to make an email that is just for your business. Gmail is completely free. I see a lot of people still using, you know, their older AOL addresses, which is fine for your personal email, but I really suggest that you make a separate business email. Just go onto Gmail and create an account. It's 100% free, and then you can have all of your business emails sent to one place, and you can check this regularly. It's very important that you keep tabs on your emails, on your notifications, especially if you know, have a PayPal account or something like that. Just a couple weeks ago, I completely saved my PayPal account because I had my notifications turned on and someone had stolen the number off of my PayPal card. So it's very important that you are getting these email notifications for your business and staying in touch with your accounts to protect your information and to run your business efficiently. So overall, the point of this first video is to get you in the right place mentally to be doing something like Poshmark full-time. In order to do this full-time, you have to treat it like it's your full-time job. And, you know, however you have to go about doing that, it will take practice. It will take a while for you to tell yourself, this is my job, this is what I do, this is my income. But you really have to set your mind to it, just as you would set your mind to losing weight or going to the gym or, you know, venturing out into anything new, learning a new skill. This is your business, and this has to become a priority for you. If you want to make sales every day, making sales every day has to be a priority. It has to be at the front of your mind at all times, and you have to put it first. You know, I'm not saying neglect your family or anything like that, but it needs to be in the front of your brain at all times. You always need to be aware of what's going on with your business, and you always have to be, you know, wanting that sale. You have to be asking for those sales. And in the next videos, we are going to go through what exactly I mean by asking for sales. I'm going to give you strategies, tips. We're going to go through everything from listing to sourcing to pricing, things like that. So stay tuned for the next training video.